Most people assume the Bhagavad Gita begins when Krishna starts teaching. But the Gita begins earlier than that. Before any philosophy, before any instruction, it shows something more subtle and more realistic, how a single observation can disturb the human mind. In chapter 1, verse 2, no weapons are used and no battle begins. Yet fear, comparison, and doubt have already started working inside a leader's mind. One sight is enough, and the mind moves from perception to deduction, and from deduction to anxiety. If you have ever felt unsettled simply by seeing something in life, a sudden change at work, a new competitor, a medical report, or an unexpected decision in the family, then this verse is not distant history. It is your mind on the screen. Let us now look at chapter 1, verse 2, not as a historical description alone, but as a mirror of how perception turns into inner movement, both on the battlefield and in our daily lives. And at the end, there is summary of what this verse teaches about taking guidance from the right mentor when the mind is unsure. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1, verse 2 says, Darastva tu pandavanikam vyudam Duryodhana tada, akaryam upasangamya raja vacanam abravīt. Straightforward meaning is, then King Duryodhana, having seen the army of the Pandavas arranged in battle formation, approached his teacher Dronacharya and spoke. Now notice the order in this verse. It begins with drustva, having seen. The entire movement starts from perception. Sanjaya first tells us what is visible. The Pandava army is vyudam, arranged in a proper military formation. It is organized, structured, and ready. Sanjaya's mind is steady, so his narration is steady. He does not exaggerate to frighten Dhritarashtra, and he does not hide facts to comfort him. He simply reports the truth. Then the verse shows Duryodhana's reaction. He sees the opponent's formation and immediately approaches Acharya, the teacher, Dronacharya. This reveals the mind of a person who feels threatened by what he sees. When confidence is complete, the mind stays anchored in its own plan. When confidence is shaken, the mind first measures the opponent and then rushes toward authority for support, reassurance, and strategy. Here we add an important Sanskrit insight. In Sanskrit, simply saying "he spoke" can complete the sentence. But the Gita uses a specific expression. Vacanam abravīt. This does not merely mean he spoke. It indicates that the speech carries an inner intention beyond the surface meaning. The words are designed to create a certain effect. This is why, in the verses that follow, Duryodhana's speech shows a deeper purpose. He wants to intensify Dronacharya, to provoke firmness against the Pandavas, and to remove any softness that may arise in a teacher's heart. The implied message is, these people are connected to your teaching line, yet they stand against us in battle. They are undisciplined and disrespectful, so you should not forgive them out of affection. In this way, the Gita signals from verse 2 itself that Duryodhana's approach is not only consultation, it is influence. Now the mental condition of the two listeners in the background is also important. Dhritarashtra listens with attachment. His concern is not neutral, it is invested in his sons. Sanjaya narrates with inner balance. Even when he understands Dhritarashtra's anxiety, he does not distort the scene. This is the discipline of truthful narration. Reality must be stated as it is, not as the listener wishes it to be. Now we sum up the totality of the verse. Chapter 1, verse 2, shows how conflict begins inside the mind. First, you see something organized and powerful. Then the mind becomes alert and unsettled. Then you move toward an authority figure. And then you speak, not only to share information, but often to shape the situation in your favor. This is the first psychological turn of the Gita, before Krishna's teaching even begins. Finally, what does this teach us in present-day life? The same sequence happens to every human being. You see a situation, an organized competitor, a sudden change in work, a health report, a legal notice, a family decision. Immediately the mind starts deducing. If knowledge is incomplete, deduction becomes doubt and fear, or it becomes a strong conclusion without depth. At this point, seeking guidance from the right mentor is wise and necessary, because what we see often needs deeper clarification. But the verse also gives a warning. When you go to a guide, go for truth and right action, not to push your insecurity onto the guide, and not to manipulate the guide into supporting your fear or your bias. The right mentor gives clarity, steadiness, and correct direction. And the right student approaches with sincerity, not with hidden intention. And this is the summary. Verse 2 teaches that perception must be followed by discernment, and discernment becomes stronger when you seek the right guidance with the right intention. That is how you turn doubt into clarity, and clarity into wise action. If this reflection has been meaningful to you, please support this series by liking and sharing the video, and stay connected for the upcoming verses of the Bhagavad Gita.